What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for a post live. It's been a while, but we played at 6 o'clock, so I do have time to do a quick live recap. My reaction is out for people who haven't watched it yet. So I kind of discussed a lot of the things, but doing a quick live because it's been a while, and we won. We won a tough game, as I predicted. I said 1-0. I wasn't really confident. I said it was gonna be a very difficult game to win. That's the feeling I just had, and it was a very difficult game at the end of the day. I think Salernitana going down to 10 men did help us a lot. You need to admit that. Not that we took full advantage of it throughout those 40 minutes they were with 10 men. However, without those 10 men, I don't think I think we would have suffered a little bit more, and I'm not sure we would have won that game. But that's all ifs and buts. They went down to 10 men and we won the game, so that's the only thing that matters, I guess. We needed to win, especially Inter won in the way Inter won. We did it very late as well in a different way, but you got to win, and it's tough because it's weird because we played the same team 2 days ago and we bullied them. Yes, they made subs, but so did we. And then you go out there, and I know they're fighting for their lives, but it's just the mindset is different, and also the fact that there are different personnel out there. You play a different brand of football. It's just as simple as that. Uh, when you play with, and obviously Cambiasso was sick, and Chiesa had that knock, but if you play with players that are more dynamic, better on the ball, not one trick ponies, it will look different. It will look more dynamic, and we looked everything but dynamic today. we looked um, we looked very predictable. We looked very stale, and actually we looked like we have been looking for a lot of these games this season. Thursday, what happened on Thursday was kind of a one off, basically, because this game is actually who we are at this moment in time. We keep it close and we get it over the line. However, the last couple of weeks, um, we're keeping it dangerously close because we do concede. We don't concede a lot of chances. We don't give up big chances consistently. That's not the thing. But we don't look as solid, if that makes any sense. And after the game, Allegri was hammering on that, saying that going forward we look better, but defensively we don't look as good. Like, it's not a disaster the way we look. The goals we're conceding are just, I don't know, just errors in the brain, basically. Because look at the goal we conceded against Frosinone, Kostic. Look at the goal today we conceded Kostic, and after Kostic, Nicolucci and Rabiot, not just, I don't know where they were, not picking up the runners in and around the box, which was their task. Other than that, we don't get outplayed completely. It's not that they play us off the park, opponents. It's just it doesn't look as solid as it once was, basically. I don't think it's because we look more dangerous up front, because it's not that we play a completely different style of football, and that's, okay, you're more open at the back, up front, and that means you just open it up at the back a little bit. That's just not the reason. Danilo had a poor game. I do respect Danilo for coming out and saying I've not been playing well ever since my injury, which is a fact. He's been really poor ever since that injury. He got the assist, good, but he didn't have a good game as well. So a lot of question marks, and I think the big one isn't a question mark. It's just a fact now. Kostic shouldn't be starting games. I have nothing against him, but even if you like Kostic, you need to just help him. Like, just stop the suffering, because he is suffering out there. You know, it's not coming off for him. Bench him. Even if you like Kostic, help him out. Bench him a little bit. Get him out of the spotlight, and maybe you can get him going again um, if you sub him in. And don't start him every single week. Maybe that's something to kickstart off a better season for him. But he's been poor, man. I had no idea what I was watching in that first half on Kostic. Like, the crosses are terrible. He doesn't beat his man. He doesn't overlap. Defensively, he's becoming a liability at this moment in time. And it's also not easy for um, the players around him. I think the players around him are also struggling. They're struggling to link up with him. Yildiz, like, there is a difference even for Yildiz. Like, he was picking up the ball and he was running with it, which is good. But in general, if if you play with a player, you know, if you're Yildiz, if you're Vlahovic, if you're Milik, if you play with a player that is very one-sided, is a player that always does the same thing, it's frustrating for you if that same thing is very basic, and also it's so easy for defenders to defend. It is, Kostic just showing to his left leg, and if he gets a cross in, it's terrible most of the time. But if you block that left leg, he's done. He's cooked. So it's not helping us out. It's not helping us out a lot. At all, excuse me. And then that first half, it was painful to watch. It was really, really, extremely painful to watch, and it was just get him off. And post game, Allegri says, I pulled him because of a technical choice because he was on the yellow card. I'm like, no, you can say that, but that cannot be the actual reason you pulled Kostic. You needed to pull Kostic because he was terrible. He was terrible. Yildiz Junior comes in. And remember when people were calling out Junior, and I said, it's not fair. I hated it. You can rate a player or not, but he was benched for months. Then get garbage time minutes, get the start, had a technically very poor game. Junior was poor against Salernitana in possession. He was in the Coppa Italia. But I was like, it's not fair because that's a strong point. He just had an off day. He comes on and he makes a difference. Yes, with the goal, but not even with the goal. Like, whatever. I don't expect Kostic to score goals every single week, nor do I expect that from Junior, by the way. It's just what he offers to the team. It's more dynamic. It's not the same thing over and over and over and over again. It's completely different. And it does change the way we play. We needed that in that second half. We needed that more with them going down to 10 men and closing up shop. You don't have that with Kostic. And if we come out, and it's Coppa Italia, so we will never know, but Sassuolo on next Tuesday, you cannot come out and say, Kostic, you're starting again. That would be ridiculous because you risk burning up. What you risk to do is have Kostic out there struggling and play badly, and have Junior on the bench struggling with himself, looking at that and be like, I did well the last night. I'm still not playing again. Kostic, you risk losing both players for the season mentally. That's what you're risking. You need to step in now. Allegri needs to step in. He needs to give Junior that run on games he deserves, and you need to tell Kostic that wasn't good. Think about that, and maybe if you get in with subs and you perform well, maybe you will get that starting position back. Who knows? But now it's time to make that easy decision. It's not even a tough decision, if I'm being completely honest. It should be a very easy decision. Let me see. Don't want Kostic to start over Iling-Junior again. Don't care about the experience argument. Like, the argument is, defensively, Junior is not good. Kostic, show me where Junior is not good defensively. I can show you where Kostic has been poor defensively this season, by the way. I can show you that today against Frosinone. Like, the argument doesn't hold anymore. This was the most classic Allegri win ever. It's insane. Also, Kostic keeps starting. It's absolutely bonkers. Yeah, it was a classic Allegri win. Kostic has been poor. He actually makes me miss Quadrado, which makes me very sad. I don't know if it's up to that point, but it's getting close. It's getting close. People, thanks for watching. It's not going to be a very long live, but smash that like button. Let's get the goal to 40 likes, for the people watching and rewatching it. Yeah. Cambiasso needs to start over Kostic. It's like 6 matches in a row. Bad play. He's a one-trick pony. Cambiasso was sick, obviously. But decisions need to be made. Like, even if I look at Bea in the 3-5-2, it's not... I hate to say it, but I think he's better as an impact sub in this setup. I really do. McKennie, I think he's better on the wing in this formation. He, like on the ball, I think what I've said about McKennie so many times, technically on the ball, was highlighted today. 10 man down, the ball needed to move quickly. There needed to be some, I don't know, some more risk taking passes basically to break it open, and he couldn't do it. Nor could Rabiot, by the way. But that's my big point. I'm like, if you want to move up as a club and evolve, I have no issue with McKennie staying, but we also need better play. And I think going down to 10 man um, highlighted that not in a very good way. Anin says Huijsen. I didn't watch Roma. I was busy for the channel. I saw he came on against Atalanta at halftime, so I'm not sure how he did. You let me know. If Locatelli was on the field today, no way Majority scores that goal. Manuel's work rate defensively is highly underrated and isn't talked about enough. I agree with that. I think I did my player ratings. That will drop tomorrow, so watch that tomorrow. But yeah, that goal you can see because the midfield was I don't know where they were. I don't know where Nicolucci, Rabiot. I had no idea where they were. So that's a poor goal to concede. Again, by the way, that's that. But going down to 10 man, it still wasn't good. We still struggled to. What did we create? Like maybe am I blanking out something we created? A McKennie, but that was before they went down to 10 man when he had it out wide. I think when they went down to 10 man, besides the junior goal and the Vlahovic goal, we didn't really had any chances, did we? No. It remains an issue. I saw people debating, oh, we scored again from crosses, just what Kostic does. Well, the only thing, the Kostic crosses are not coming. They're not hitting the target. That's the issue. Like if Kostic was spamming in crosses like De Bruyne and players were getting at the end of it, but that's not the case. Like he's overhitting it, he's hitting his opponents. Like it's terrible. Like you just cannot make that argument now that we score from crosses, because well, of course he was doing that. We were not having that debate. He's just not doing that. He's not doing that. I've been saying that from the Torino game when he got the two assists from corner. Like that was poor. I don't care. He whipped into crosses from the corner on full 90 minutes. He doesn't contribute enough. And people are too focused on stat. I know I saw people even, and you should because it's officially a Vlahovic stat assist for that junior goal, but like that's not an assist. Like that's why I like stats, but I hate stats. That's not a Vlahovic assist for junior. That's a Vlahovic miss for junior's goal. Basically, you need to be honest with that as well. He said it pretty good. Okay, that's good for him. I didn't know. Like it's terrible that he went to Roma. Now we do need to watch Roma play just because we want to see Huis play. I hate Roma. We created nothing. You're not forgetting anything, Ale. It was pretty poor display. Probably our worst of the season. Expect a loss against Sassuolo. It was a poor display. I think Monza was also a poor display. In the same fashion, we won that game very late, but it was also very poor game. I don't know what it is. I had a bad feeling about it because the mindset flipped. And I think if we have Cambiaso on that pitch and Chiesa and Miretti, you win that game. Very easy. I 100% truly believe that. There's no proof, obviously, but it's more dynamic. It's more difficult for opponents to stop. It's more fun for other players to play, and it's jarring at this point. We're picking up points, fine, but I think everybody has a feeling this is gonna stop. Still, at one point, we need to have backup plans. And when they went down to 10 man, what I did rate Allegri for is he didn't pull Vlahovic. He just chucked on Milik and Nonke, and he was like, okay, and Junior was on already. Like we're gonna attack. Obviously, we had no option, but it's a bit worrying that in certain situations, we don't have a plan B. If there's any club who want Kostic, which I know there won't be, please make an offer and accept it. I have a feeling he's gone in the summer. I have a feeling we will sell him in the summer. I really do. The worry for me is that we don't have a solution for Junior. 25 the deal. I think if you want to evolve as a club, you need to step to Junior and say, you're gonna be part of the plans. Sign that deal. We're gonna move on from Kostic. Like it's your uh, it's your position basically to win next season, and maybe you compete with a Cambiaso. 1 second, I need to plug in my iPad. Sorry, and maybe you tell Junior, okay, it's your position to compete, win, whatever you want to call it. But Kostic is not going to do the trick. Like it's becoming outdated now. Um, for me, Kostic is a share waste of money. So is Danilo. Prefer Rugani to him. Period. So is Danilo. On Danilo, I rated that he came out and said I'm not playing well ever since I came back, which is true. It's a fact. Everybody knows my opinion on Danilo. I'm not going in on him lately, which people probably appreciate because I've said I've said what I think about Danilo. I don't think overall he's a very good player. You know, I don't understand how he's the captain of the team. It is, he's playing okay, but overall, and it's not based. People watch the channel. It's not based on ever since he came back. Just in general, I don't rate him that highly. I just don't. I don't get it why people do rate him highly. You know, it's opinions, I guess, preference. But I don't rate him that highly, and I think we will be a better team if players like him and Kostic are not in it. That's just my opinion. That's what it is. I didn't hear the Pogba update. Is it from that Twitter account? That account is trash. I'm sorry, but he posts fake news. It's whatever. You know, if something is official with Pogba, we will hear it from official channels, I guess. I can be patient and wait for till the summer for Kostic to go low. I can. Okay. Would love for Junior to stay for sure. Yeah. But that's that. Other topic I want to discuss is Vlahovic. Almost blanked that out. I think Gatti was pretty poor today. He was bad. He isn't good enough to be a fixture in the starting lineup. Center backs is a must buy in the summer, if anything, to replace Danilo and Sandro in the future. Well, we're trying to replace Alexandro with Diallo. Maybe Huijsen comes back. Who knows? Rugani is going to sign that new deal. But Gatti was poor, you know. And if you watch my player ratings tomorrow, you will see what I think about Gatti. But he was poor. And remember, I did a video on Gatti, or short, months ago, and people were just shouting at me because I said he still needs to learn a lot of things because I don't think he's that good defensively. He has improved, but now I'm getting a feeling that he's falling into old habits he had at the first part of last season, like very rash, very all over the place. And again, he's 24. He's not quote unquote. He's not old, but like he's not 18, but he's old in experience because he comes from Serie B. He still needs many steps, but again, if you want to compete top level, you need better. You need better than Danilo, and you need better than Gatti. Like it's just what it is. Like it's fair to say. Like we want to be a better team, then you need to say how it is. The starting 11 needs to be improved. At the back, in midfield, it is just what it is. Like I don't have a connection with these players. I don't really I don't really like. I don't like if I wake up tomorrow and they sell a player, I will be pissed about probably the replacement. Wouldn't be pissed about. I really like the player. I have a jersey with his name on. That's not the team. This is, but the starting 11 needs to be improved. Like we cannot argue with that. You know, it's just a fact. The starting 11 is not good enough to be a top team again and compete consistently every single year now. The squad, obviously, but first you need to improve that starting 11. You know, some players that are in the starting 11 now could be potential good squad players for a couple of years, maybe 1-2 year, and you build on. But the starting 11 is just not good enough in total. So that's that basically. But Gatti, he was poor. He was poor. I agree. Milik, I thought he had a good game today when he came in, set up that goal nicely, but just his link-up play and hold-up play was also very good. We do need a creative midfielder. When does the giveaway end, Ale? Oh, I'm sorry, it did end. It did end. Somebody won, and I already texted her. It's none of you in the chat. I'm sorry, but somebody did win. I did the giveaway. She's gonna receive that jersey, and then I will put it out that she won. But I will do another giveaway probably in a couple of months' time. I will do a giveaway, or in the summer when the new jersey comes out. I will see what's best. But Vlahovic, I was gonna talk about Vlahovic, because he's confusing me, Vlahovic. He really is confusing me because he's scoring the difficult ones and he is messing up not even the easy. Yeah, like he's messing up easy chances basically, and he's putting away the difficult ones, and it's confusing me. It's confusing me because that goal from Junior, she um she he that Junior goal, Vlahovic needed to put away basically. He needed to put that away, and he kind of messed up one of those opportunities at home against Salernitana on Thursday, and he did that again. I'm like, how? Like, how is that possible? And then the header, it wasn't easy that he does put away, and I'm like, you're confusing me at this point. Like, you're actually confusing me as a striker because you do the difficult things you do good, and the easy things you don't do good. But I need to say that his link up play the last 2 months, month and a half, whatever you want to call it, no, 2 months because didn't play, has improved big time. You know, his link up play is that of a very good top striker, in my opinion. It really has improved. It doesn't bounce off his feet consistently. I think everybody can remember that period of time where the ball was just, it was just bouncing off his feet. He couldn't keep hold of the ball. He was losing it. All those things. He was good again today with his link up play, hold up play. You know, just setting up the runners, and that's good. You know, and he worked on that. You can see that, and it needed time because there were sparks early on in the season, but then he kind of drifted away into games, out of games with that as well. But now it's consistent. It is, and credit to him, I guess, because it was really poor last season. So that's good. But that was good, and at the end of the day, he did what he had to do. He won us the game. He won us the game against Frosinone. We were all expecting more goals, me included, and he should be getting more goals, and he will be getting more goals the moment we play with a player like Junior and maybe at Miretti more in the team. Like, if the play is more fluent and we look more dangerous and we create more opportunities and we kind of pin teams back, you will create more chances. It will happen, and he will be putting more away. But um, overall, he did what he had to do. But the scuffing the shots around the penalty area, around the penalty spot, excuse me, is very confusing. I'm not sure what that's all about, to be honest. People who are joining in, like the video. The goal was 40 likes for this video. People watching and rewatching it, so thanks. No, it wasn't your sister-in-law, unless she lives in Lebanon. Otherwise, she didn't win. Um, Rabiot's passing ability might be worse than Chiellini's. Also, when they're on the ball, they remind me of each other. That's my point. That's my point. When I talk about McKennie, I rate him as the work rate. I appreciate that. I think he's better as a right wing back in this system. But when we were playing against 10 men, it was very evident that we missed pure quality in midfield. Because I was watching the game and I was seeing McKennie just playing it sideways, same for Rabiot, keeping it safe over and over again, very slow, very short, medium, and I'm like, this is not it. And then he got pushed a bit to the right hand side, McKennie, and it did look better for him as well. But that's who they are. Like, I cannot blame McKennie for not being good technically and not being able to break the lines, whatever. He's just not him. Romeo tweeted out that they're talking for a new deal. I think he runs out in 25 or 6. I thought it was 25. So it only makes sense. I'm okay, you know. If we move forward and he becomes a very good squad player, I'm all for it. But I'm thinking about competing again every single season like we did from 11 till, I don't know, when we won 9 in a row. I don't envision him in the starting 11, nor actually do I really envision Rabiot in the starting 11. Maybe short term, long term, no. As a squad, fine, but he lacks so many things, and I struggle to embrace the full package that McKennie is. To be honest, work rate is amazing, and even today, credit to him. But quality in possession is a big issue. It is and it remains a big issue. So we need obviously a boost in midfield. It doesn't seem like we're actually going to add anything in midfield. It feels like we're just going to sign Diallo, and that's kind of it. And even he comes from an ACL, so he's probably not going to play at all, even if he joins us instead of going out alone. So it doesn't look like we're going to add something in that midfield. And I don't know. We just need to deal with it, I guess. This is a team, and I'll give Allegri credit because this team is not good enough actually to be winning at all. Um, but he's doing it, so I do give him credit for that. But yes, we need some creativity and we need something different. But by the looks of it, we're not getting it. And I think at the end of the day, that's gonna be the difference between us not winning the title instead of winning it. I really believe that. On Vlahovic, I'm also confused. He misses easy scoring opportunities. For me, is much better. Ooh, different players. The first play of the match, when Yildiz was in the box, how was that not a foul? Sorry, yeah, that's a pen. And the body check on Vlahovic is also a pen, in my opinion, because he goes straight for the player, not looking at the ball. He just body checks Vlahovic for no good reason. For me, that's a pen. The Yildiz one is also a pen. People say, oh, you went in front of the defender. Yeah, you're allowed to do that. You know, it's up to the defender to stay away from you. I thought it was a pen. I've seen them given so many times, even this season. So very strange. But again, 20 seconds in, they're not gonna give that, especially not to us. Like it's just what it is at this point. You know, the club accepts everything, so it's pointless for us fans to put any sort of energy in it, in my opinion. The midfield is flat. It is flat. It's very predictable. And obviously that was not the plan because you have Fagioli, you have potentially Pogba. They're all gone. So it wasn't the intention, or that wasn't the goal or the mindset, whatever you want to call it, going into the season. That was not the idea going into the season. That those are gonna be. Those are gonna be the players, and that's what we're gonna do. Check the pen. Roma got 2 hours ago on your live. Cry at the same time. I need to check. I saw Dybala scored again on pen. How many pens did he already score? But yeah. What else was I gonna talk about? I made a list. I forgot. I forgot what I was gonna talk about. But I did my player rating, so you can check that one out if you haven't. Like this video, by the way, and subscribe if you're new. I will be live tomorrow, breakdown with some guests, so check that out tomorrow. It's gonna be an hour earlier compared to today's live. I think if the Ulis foul was mid-game, they would have given a pen. They would have looked at it more. I'm not sure if they would have given it. I'm not sure they would have given it, but I think they would have looked at it more. But then again, the Vlahovic body check didn't even check it, and that was just random. Like it made no sense. The ball was the defender was not even looking at the ball. He was just going straight on to Vlahovic. It was just ridiculous. After the ball scored a span, he grabbed the ball and threw it at Colt Myers, and it hit him at the back. Low. I didn't. Oh, I saw that clip. Oh, that was that. That was random. I just saw a clip out of context, and I was confused. But yeah, we won. We did what we had to do. You know, by hooks or crooks, we did it. We won the game. That was the goal, and we just need to keep on now. We play Frosinone on Thursday in the Coppa Italia, and then Tuesday Sassuolo in the Serie A. McKennie is suspended for the Sassuolo game. Gatti is suspended. Chiesa is out for Frosinone, we have been told. So hopefully he's back. Cambiaso should be back. You know, he was just sick. But yeah, man, we just keep doing what we have to do. I think at this point we got a similar pen against Salernitana last year with Miretti, if you remember. Yeah. That's true. That's true. But I don't know. This season it does feel different in my opinion. So that's that, I guess. I'm gonna wrap this one up because I talked for half an hour. And I did a match reaction, so check that out as well. Player ratings dropping tomorrow. Probably also a transfer update later tonight, and I will be live with some guests later that night as well. Allegri said it would take him about 3 years to bring this Juve back to winning ways, seeing some progress. There is progress. There is progress. Um, like individual progress, I need to see a little bit more. That's my issue. As a team, yeah, like it couldn't get any worse. I think it couldn't. And if you look at the league, the quality of the league at this moment in time, Milan are picking it up again. But like teams like Lazio, at Roma, and Fiorentina, and Bologna, Napoli, like that's just not it at this moment in time. So it's it's good, and I gave him credit, and I will give him credit for that because my prediction was compete, second place, make it a respectable title race, and at this moment in time, it is happening. So I cannot come out and say, "Ah, you are not doing what I was expecting," because he is doing what I'm expecting basically. So credit to him, but still a long way to go. We only played 19 games. We're only halfway through the season, and keep in mind, we need to go away to Lazio, away to Roma, away to Inter, away to Napoli. We played them all at home. Inter played more of them away from home. So it's still a long season to go. Let's see how it will go. But there is improvement for the February. Yeah, we have Sassuolo now. We have Empoli. Why do I always blank out the last team? Who do we have? We have Sassuolo, Empoli, and Lecce. So Lecce in between it. Those are the games you need to win. Like you need to beat Sassuolo at home, you need to beat Lecce away, and you need to beat Empoli at home, and go into that Inter game the 4th of February, hopefully fresh with all your players fit, and just go for it. Because I think that game, if we win 3 games, Inter win 3 games, and we go into, but they go to the Super Coppa. So are they playing the same amount of games as us? If anyone knows, let me know. But if let's say they do, and we win 3, they win 3, and we go, Lecce away shouldn't be tough. It shouldn't be tough, man. I've watched Lecce play a couple of times against, like, we should be winning. Like it's not gonna be a walkover, but we should be winning that game. We should. But if we win 3, Inter win 3, and it stays to 2 points, and you go to the Miazza, you need to make a statement. If you lose that game, that's a big blow. I'm talking ahead now, looking forward. Let's say it's 2 points, you lose 5 points, and you have that mental thing about, oh, they beat us and they put us down to 5 points. So I think it's better to not lose that game, obviously points wise, mentally, for us compared to Inter. But that's a game we will discuss obviously at length. We will be top, and they have a game in hand when we play. Okay, so they do miss a weekend because of the Super Coppa. Okay, which could make it even worse if we don't win that game, because they will have a point ahead. They will stay ahead of us potentially, depending on what we do. And have a game in hand. They're tough at home. Look how bad we struggle against the basement boys. Yeah, I get it, but I think that shouldn't be an issue. But I'm gonna wrap this one up, guys. If you haven't liked the video, like it on your way out. If you're rewatching, 40 likes is the goal. Thanks everybody who is tuning in lately. The numbers are good on the channel. The likes are up. Everything is up. So thanks. I have some other things planned for this season, especially for the transfer season. That's gonna be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that. Obviously in the summer. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Go rewatch my match reaction if you haven't. Ratings out tomorrow, transfer update, and live show tomorrow. So busy day tomorrow on the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ciao. Good night, everybody.